I'm Dr. Christina Hibbert, and welcome back to 3-Minute Therapy. Today we're going to talk about grief, loss, and how to get through death anniversaries, birthdays, and holidays. It can be very painful after you've lost someone to get through those first few holidays. And that's the first thing I want to share, is that the first year usually is the most difficult for many people. It can kind of be looming out there in the future, and we're not sure how to handle it or what to do. Number two, it's important though to let ourselves go through it in the way that works best for us. There is no right or wrong way. For some people, it may be a day of celebration on a birthday, a holiday, or even the death day, and remembering fondly their loved one. For others, it may be a day of pain or grief or sorrow. Number three, just to remember, that a lot of the times depends on your relationship with the person who's died before they died, and also how they died. So if you had a rocky relationship with someone, it may be more difficult to want to celebrate their birthday, a holiday, or even their death day, and it may be more painful. You might have feelings of guilt remembering your relationship and wishing that it would have gone differently, or something like that. Also, if they died in a traumatic way versus dying naturally or peacefully as an older person might, you might not want to celebrate or remember in the same way that someone else might if they had a more peaceful death. Traumatic deaths, suicide can be very difficult. There are a lot of feelings of anger, shock, trauma that can go along with it, and bringing up those holidays, birthdays, and of course the death anniversary can bring a lot of that back. And if we haven't either started working through or finished working through those painful emotions of trauma or grief, it can be very difficult. I know that the first year of my sister's birthday, she died of an overdose while she was drinking, and even though I know she didn't do it in her right mind, it still was done by her own hand, and I had a lot of anger because when she died, it changed my whole life. I inherited my nephews, and I became a mom of 6, and my family was changed, and it was a lot we were going through. And so I didn't want to celebrate her birthday that first year. I was still angry with her. I was still frustrated that she died by her own hand, even if she didn't really mean to intentionally do it. But I remember her friend posting that she was celebrating my sister's birthday, and I just felt betrayed by that. I thought, how can you celebrate her when look what she's done? But you know, we all need to celebrate or experience or go through these things in our own way. And this year it was a whole different experience, 7 years later, that I was able to remember her fondly, to go get a massage and go to lunch and play with our children and take them out for ice cream, because I wanted to do the things I would have done with her were she here, and I wanted to show her how much I loved her by doing kind things for myself and for my family in honor of her. So do it whatever you need to do on your own timetable, and remember that it's okay if you don't feel like celebrating. You don't have to feel guilty, and if you do feel like celebrating, or you do feel like it's just another day, you don't have to feel guilty either. It's okay. Number four, there are many things you can do to get through those days. For some, you need to have a day alone, and you want to be having privacy to read, to cry, to go back to bed, to take a bath, to do something where you can just think and be alone. For others, they want to be with family, and that can be very healing. Or doing something to remember the person, pulling together some photos, having a slideshow, having a little gathering of people. Whatever you want to do, those are all ideas, but you do what works for you. One thing that we do with our kids is on death anniversaries, we get together, we have a nice dinner, and we share memories of the ones that we've lost. And it's a nice, fun way to remember them, a happy thing that we can do so that it's easy for the kids to remember as well. And on certain anniversaries, we've let balloons go up to the sky. There's so many ways you can do this. And again, the important thing is to do what's right for you. Visit my website at drchristinahibbert.com for more on this topic and others like it. And I hope you'll join me back here for 3-Minute Therapy. Bye-bye, everybody.